an opportunity that we can't pass on.
How are you feeling?
Tēnei au, ko te hōkai neki taku tapu ai, ko te hōkai nuku, ko te hōkai rangi, ko te hōkai nei o tūpuna tāne nui ārangi. I pikitia ai te rangi tūhāhā ki te tihi o manono. I roto hina atu rāko, i o matua kore anake. I riro ai an, ki te o te wānanga, ko te ke te suauri, ko te ke te suatea, ko te ke te aronui. Ka siri a, ka Poirewa ki a mamatua nuku, ka puta te ira tangata ki te pai o, ki te ao marama, haunge huie. Hai ki e. Tēnā rā tātou e te motu whānui, nau mai, haere mai ki tēnei o ngā whakāturanga, ki tēnei o ngā pāhotanga no whakāta Māori, kei konei tātou, kei te CET Arena, kei te papaioia i tēnei wā, mō tēnei o ngā whakataitai, whakahirahira nui hoki, kei runga i tēnei o ngā kōti. We are at the Palmerston Arena final. I'm going to shift it on to my mate here to continue forth. Tēnā koutou.
Thank you so much, Pokaiho. You are welcomed on the court today by Emma Burke and myself in the commentary, but of course, my second-hand man, Pokaiho Short, in front of us today. Two of the most talented teams of this tournament so far, marking the 18th year here in the Palmerston Arena. On the far side, Rangitoto taking on St. Margaret's College in the New Zealand Secondary Schools Volleyball Nationals, and we're about to get our hitting warm-up underway. Pokaiho, you have had a bit more of a pleasure of watching these games. How and what do you think we're about to see in front of us in this final today?
Tēnā koe ai, tēnā rā tātou Pokaiho Short is the name, and we are here to watch these amazing teams here. I did get the luxury actually to watch a lot of the St. Margaret's game, only one of Rangitoto College. Rangitoto definitely on the stronger side on the digs and defending side, whilst we see on St. Margaret's powerful hitters, man. We are expecting a lot of great outside hits, even some quicks coming through every now and then. But both teams are, well, they're legendary enough to make it to this point, so I would say it's going to be a really interesting and fun game. Watching these warm-ups, we'll see our kohine knowing who the heavy hitters are. So it's going to be interesting.
Absolutely, and for some of our athletes, the very first time coming to a New Zealand secondary schools. And now, a time for us to throw down to Toby, courtside.
Ana tēnā tātou katoa, kei konei ahau ki te taho te kōtui. Kia ora everyone, yes here I am, there's the camera, already getting lost. I'm down here on the court side, the energy here is pumping, seats are packing out, we've got supporters for both teams on each side of the courts. Bit of nerves around for all of the players, but plenty of excitement for what promises to be a great one. We'll come back down here with updates throughout the game. Back to you in the comm box.
Oh, tēnā koe, Toby, kua hoki mai tātou ki runga nei. What amazing fella that guy is. Toby, man, what a legend. Being out there by the court side, and we've got some interviews all sorted and everything. While our seats are getting filled up here in the CET Arena, kei te Poirewa a tātou. Day 5 and the final day here. It's been a bit of a week, eh?
Absolutely. For some of our athletes, this will be their 9th game of the week. So, shakes and niggles, possibly a little bit of blurriness through the mind, and to be honest with you, Poirewa, it's going to come down about who can empty the reserve tank in this competition. So, we're not far away from looking at our teams list of both sides. And we'll start off with Rangitoto College. Number 1, top to bottom, Sienna Hickling Crane. Also, Zaria Ruby, Kira Webster, Kyra O'Shanisi, Natalie Campbell, Jazaria Holmes, Molly Corns, also Emma Shawn, and Renhan Ruili, Amelia Irirangi Russell, Gloria Ravu Tungainga, and also Gracie Gillies, head coach Adam Watson, assistant coach Hannah Davenhill, and manager Jamie Suter.
Ka pai karake ki te rātu taha. We will look at the St. Margaret's College while the room is being filled up with a bunch of vibes. Engari, tēnei wā, we'll focus on this team list here. Number 1 being Coco Hocking. Number 1 as well, we have Hannah Mary Miller. We have Lucy Davis, Mia Cox. We have Emily Broomhall, Shay Edwards, Phoebe Etchison, Delilah Brown, Sharon Kim, Julia Mitchell, Isla Cameron, and Jasmine Geneva, as well as Sebastian Gonzalez and Paula Vesti as our head coach and assistant coach at te whānau.
And for those wondering from home, it is a battle of our open women's and men's teams. Sebastian Gonzalez on St. Margaret's, in charge and head coach of our men's Volley Blacks. Also, Adam Watson, head coach of our Volley Ferns. So, we're about to see a battle on the court, but also on the benches in front of you today. So good. And looking at some of, I guess, the earlier stages of the week, St. Margaret's coming out of Pool A, and also Rangitoto coming out of Pool B, beating, of course, Neyland College, Otamotai College, Burnside High School, and for St. Margaret's College.
Ka pai St. Margaret's side, of course, taking the win against Westlake Girls High School, and then there was also Mount Maunganui and Sacred Hearts in the same pool. We'll see another bracket coming up shortly at te whānau, just showing our top 16, I believe, or top 8 there on the screen. You'll see St. Margaret's up against Neyland, making it through and then beating Whakatane, moving on to right now, who they're up against, Rangitoto, for the winners here at the CET Arena. Aue.
And based in the beautiful Manawatu, over 300 teams competing over this week. On top of that, bringing alongside with them 2,500 plus athletes in Palmerston North. Alongside with them over 2,500 coaches, managers, assistant coaches, and supporters. And we cannot leave the staff out, Poirewa.
Ai tautoko, me mihi kātika ki ngā kai āwhina. Just wanted to give a big shout out and thank you to our sponsors, that being Nativa, Bailey's, Palmy Venue, Anchor, Caltex, and Apollo Projects, and of course, MＡORI Plus and Pakata MAORI. Ki te kore ia koutou, te tae tēnei o ngā whakataitai miharora wātu. We wouldn't have this amazing competition, this amazing week we've had, long week. All these girls are feeling the fatigue here, but gonna show again who's got those reserves left in the tank, because gas prices are going up, baby.
Heading over to our pre-game chat with our coaches. Had the pleasure of actually running into the coaches before this match. Both very cool, calm and collected. I heard that actually head coach Sebastian Gonzalez had actually messaged Adam Watson and said, hey, what do you reckon about us taking a seat back in the stands and letting the players actually take over this game? What do you think that says about how much trust they have?
Oh, I think it's a good thing at this point in the finals. If the girls have made it this far, the amount of trust you've built throughout this entire week. So let's just see it, how it plays out. We know these girls trust each other as much as they do the coaches. But it seems as though our side court interviews are ready now, and let's shoot it down. why you're just seeing our girls are serving out here on the court right now. Let's see who out there is warming up. Oh my gosh, like I'm thinking about it right now. I'm fatigued as a commentator. Mo tēnei wiki roa. It's been 5 days. And then we see all these girls, all these boys, all these rangatahi come out here to show their incredible skills. And now coming out to support for the finals with that amazing grandstand there.
I mean, you got to remember, this is the pinnacle of secondary schools volleyball. So even if you've got nothing left in the gas tank, you find a way to bring it out because you're in front of a crowd. For some, this is the last time for athletes jumping on the court and representing their kura. For some, obviously, have been here for 5 years straight, and others the first time ever. So the experience that the athletes are going to get here, especially if they go on to play club volleyball, if they want to go on scholarship from here, this is where you'll see a lot of charismatic players come out and do the best they can for their side.
Ai, tautoko i ngā kōrero. We're going to now throw it down to our side court interviews.
Tēnā tātou te iwi, nau mai hono mai anō ki te Poirewa. Welcome back to Palmerston North. I've got the head coach of St. Margaret's alongside me. E hoa, what are your thoughts on the tournament thus far for your team?
Hi, we have had a great tournament so far. Until yesterday we just dropped 1 set, so it's been great for us. The girls have been playing amazing. We have had really tough competition, so it's really good for us to get to this final.
Just the 1 set drop, geez, high standards. What are your main work-ons for the team? What's your main piece of advice for them as they go into this game? How do you settle them down?
Pretty much to enjoy the moment. You don't play a national final every day. Just to enjoy themselves and just to take this game just like another game and enjoy on the court and make the basics properly.
Yeah, fantastic. Well, we're looking forward to see it. That is up from us here. We'll get back to the final here in Te Poirewa. Best of luck to you.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, bro.
Thank you.
Tēnā tātou e hoa mā. I've got the head coach for Rangitoto College alongside me. E hoa, what have been your highlights of the tournament thus far? What have you thought of how your team's played?
Been really happy with how they've progressed. Started out nervy on day one and then slowly, day by day, just developed really well. So hoping we continue that growth today and they walk off being happy with just the volleyball that they've played. So yeah, no, I've been really happy with that.
Yeah, fantastic. And as you come into this final, what's your main piece of advice? What do you tell your girls to settle them down as they get ready?
Just be proud of their accomplishments so far. Like they put in a lot of time and effort, and so they deserve to be here in that essence. So just enjoy it for what it is. Embrace the crowd, embrace the noise, embrace the occasion, and just go out there and gun it. Yeah.
Yeah, fantastic. Plenty of excitement here in Palmerston North. We'll throw back up to the commentary booth. Thank you, bro.
Ka pai ngā mihi nui mo era o ngā kōrero, nā Toby, ngā kaiako, ngā kai whakahaere o ngā tima. Just thank you to Toby and the coaches for those amazing words just before our game begins. We see our girls coming out onto the court. Now I just wanted to continue on with that conversation about how, yes, this is the last year for some year 13s and these teams to play their final game of volleyball and show all they've got out here on the court. And then the new generation stepping up, you could say, from the high school side. Year 9, 10, 11 still have time to come.
Absolutely, and like I mentioned, you take a lot in your experience throughout the rest of your volleyball career from secondary schools volleyball. A lot of these athletes will go on to play university, club championships, IPC level, because that's what volleyball does. You start in high school, and then it connects you everywhere else, wherever you go. A sport to bring you back, and it is the New Zealand 2026 Volleyball Championships. So, I mean, that's something that you'd put on your CV, I'm sure.
I'm sure it should be valid at this point, especially thanks to MāORI Plus and Whakata MāORI. It's been streamed throughout the country now, letting the whānau at home, being able to watch from afar, those who can't make the trip. It is a bit of a trip down here to Te Poirewa and Manawatu. It's a bit of a trip from everywhere else. Engari rā, me mihi ka atika kia rātou, because due to those live streams, they managed to bring even more numbers to the volleyball sport as a whole.
Absolutely, and not everyone has the pleasure of coming down to Palmerston North and watching this live. We have our starting sixes in now. I'll go through Rangitoto on the far side as they welcome themselves onto the court. Starting off with number 1, Sienna Hickling Crane. Number 2, Zaria Ruby. Number 5, Natalie Campbell. Also number 6, Libero, Jazaria Holmes. Molly Corns, number 7. Also number 9, Renhan Rui Lee and number 14, Grace Gillies.
Ka pai, ki tēnei taha o te kōti, we have to start on the court. We have the libero, Kim Sharon, number 17. We have Mia Cox, number 5. We have 22, Julia Mitchell. Number 3, Lucy Davis. Number 14, Delilah Brown. Number 23, Isla Cameron. And to top it off, Hannah Mary Miller to start on the court. And number 3 now to serve, called Lucy Davis tēnei.
There's the first serve of the girls' final as they bring a free ball over. So St. Margaret's a chance to have their first attack.
Ka ngana ki te pā atu ki te papa, koena nei te kaha o Delilah Brown. Seeing her perform throughout this entire competition actually, she is one solid hitter and a force to be reckoned with when she is in the air, ready for that pile, ready for that spike. Ka hoki atu a Lucy Davis ki te rārangi tono.
It's almost like a hybrid serve, and they keep it over in 2, and a nice pick from St. Margaret's.
Hard to pick those ones off, especially this early into a game. That's just how good Rangitoto is at this point in the competition. No nerves, especially with the big crowd that we got here.
Now we'll see Molly Corns behind the baseline for the first serve, and that one's taken. 50-50 ball. Baseline attack. Out of system ball here. Have we got a 4 call? Or have we got ourselves a block? Yes. Sorry, Aotearoa also. Forgot to go through our referees that are helping us out in this match. Second referee, Mary Kirikiri, and also first referee, Ray Manson.
Tips it over the block, but manages to put it back in the court of Rangitoto's side. Kapwai seems like a chance ball here for the girls in St. Margaret's. Kei Muri, he kimi ai I te rārangi, but Rangitoto bring it up for the pipe. He whakaora tonu ana I te pōro. Kei wahoi nai nei, ko Mia tērā.
Tipped over top. And a scramble ball, it's still alive, but there's a block in front of them, and this one has to be over. Big point there for Rangitoto. Sienna Hickling Crane chipping away around the block. And she'll go back to back things up behind the baseline.
Kapai, it seems as though all the nerves are starting to disappear from these kōrero on the court now. They realise where they are and where they're standing. So let's get back to it with Rangitoto.
Finding the floor, Rangitoto. I said she'd have to go back and back that point up, and she did exactly that. Sienna Hickling Crane of Rangitoto. It's very easy to get lost in the atmosphere when you actually get into this environment. You can almost go into the motions and numb yourself out. But so far, both sides really feeling the arena.
Lovely first touch there. It does set it a bit back towards the back line. Kapātu teneti, kareko he karanga. We carry on forth onto the opposite side.
And we have a swing down the line. Zaria Ruby, welcome to the girls' final. Be interesting to see if St. Margaret's decide to take out that line and open up the angle for her. She's left-handed. And we have a swing down the line. Celebration. Serving again for Rangitoto.
Down for the middle for quick, but it is read and dropped. There it is. That is the Isla Cameron special right there. She can be a solid hitter. Even through a block, it will bounce off and find its way to the court somehow. Inaine mai te kai pāo, ki te kai tono. From hitter to server, this is Miss Cameron. Kapwai, an awesome serve. Sending it up in the middle. Engari kori te kē rātou of St. Margaret's. Off the block again.
And
keeping the ball alive.
Nice pick up there from Jazaria Holmes. And this one.
High. No one's there to pick it up. We'll give it to Rangitoto.
Now looking to the substitution box. Rangitoto welcoming on Kira Webster. And we'll see Renhan Rui Lee taking a seat. So, by the looks of things, it is Kira Webster coming on as a backcourt specialist, serving and passing for her side. Float serve.
Kapawai picked up. Katono ki wahokia Mia finds it off the block.
And that's stopped.
E ārai aukati ko tēnā. A full block there manages to get them the point back. Ara koia nā tēnei ki te rārangi tuku. Number 22, Julia Mitchell to the serving line.
As we look at the replay, just taking the ball out of play.
There's a serve nipping onto the net there, breaking the ball's momentum, returning it over though.
Now an out-of-system swing.
And back onto the opposite side, open to the back line of Rangitoto. Hea te karanga.
We've seen a net touch just as she's trying to pull the ball off of the net. Now a point to St. Margaret's College.
Hoki atu ki aia a Julia Mitchell, mana nei te tono e kawe.
Of course, for those at home that are unaware, you cannot touch any part of the net. Swing now. This has found the block.
Bruised.
And they look to go through the middle. This time, a point for Rangitoto. That is a great run and use of the middle. Good to see Rangitoto bringing their players and their middles through nice and early to hold up the opposition block. That's a great side out from Grace Gillies.
I believe we're going to start seeing a lot of plays being done early just to shake off those nerves and get right to the point of the game.
Now, Zaria Ruby, number 2 for Rangitoto, on to serve.
Beautifully picked up. It just tips back over to their side of the net, St. Margaret's. Unfortunate dig, still a good one. Just a bit too close to the net there, gives it back to Rangitoto.
You got to give credit to where credit is due. Zaria Ruby dropping that one short onto the receive line to force an overpass. She goes for a float that time, and we've got an in-call. Just centimetres from being out. It's always hard to judge to take that ball above head. And Azaria Ruby back to serve again. She's gone for a topspin and then gone for a float.
Ball is kept alive, no connection there in the middle. We'll get there later on in this game though.
And we've got a timeout call by the looks of things. That one from St. Margaret's. Sebastian Gonzalez just not wanting Rangitoto to get away too much, but most importantly, a service run there from Zaria Ruby. Now, she switched it up behind the baseline too. She's delivered 2 topspin serves and then tagging the baseline on her float serve. What do you think the conversations are that are being had in St. Margaret's College side?
I tēnei wā, kōkina whakaro, ki te kōrero noi hoia e pāna ki ngā paitanga o tēnei o ngā tima. Just talking about all the positive things on the court right now. Don't want to put themselves in a bad place this early into the game. So just a reminder that you guys are here for a reason. We've made it to the finals. You've been here before. And just be ready and waiting. Just words of affirmations, you know. Hakuna Matata.
Absolutely. Now, let's see what each side has taken out of that timeout. Back to serve again is Zaria Ruby, and I'm guessing Coach Sebastian Gonzalez wanting a coach's point here.
There we go.
We've got an out of rotation from second referee, Mary Kiri. Explaining now to St. Margaret's about who's out of rotation, and there is no one better to be on second referee to tell someone they are out of rotation. Mary Kitty been around volleyball and the courts for a very long time, and you can see there she's just explaining maybe some early transitioning going on. And now Rangitoto for a serve again, cross court this time, keeping it on the passer hitter.
Altamia tips it over, couldn't find the timing.
Over on 2.
Another dump there, cheeky one at that. It's just short of the net, giving it back to Rangitoto. Not afraid to use these dumps early. It seems as though they know that St. Margaret's still has a little bit of a static movement, so they're just trying to test them early to get these nice points.
Absolutely, and as a passer hitter, your job is to look after any front hands, which can be hard alongside all the other jobs you have to do. Now they go outside. Off of the block, it is Rangitoto, Natalie Campbell using the block to her advantage. Now by the looks of things, a 6-point lead for Rangitoto.
It's got to be rough at the beginning of a game, but I'd like to say that 7 points onwards is where I draw the line of a bit of a risk of a difference in points, but you can always grab some good points early on in a game. Let's see if my words of wisdom have worked onto the St. Margaret's side.
On to again. A swing over the top and snatching herself up another point. It is Molly Corns up the front, and Rangitoto now to serve. Zaria Ruby. Float serve, tickling over the top of the tape. Off of the back.
Ka pai ka kimi aia I taua wāhi kimuri te kōti. Finding that empty space is Miss Miller, number 2, middle blocker for St. Margaret's. I nāne kei a rātou tētahi wā ki te whai ngā tono nui nei. We have Miss Mia making her way to the service line. Mau tēnei tono e hine.
Always exciting to see athletes have their first serve of a final or any game here on Whakaata Māori.
Unfortunately flies far. Good call from Rangitoto.
Absolutely. Always good to see as well athletes working collaboratively on the serve-receive line. You can hear Rangitoto over the mic probably out. And to either choose to listen or go ahead and take the pass can always be 50-50.
First touch by Miller. And it goes out to Delilah. Hits the top of the tape there, returning to the Rangitoto side. Finding that empty space. E whakaora ana. What's the call there from ref?
A 2 call from first referee. And that is Ray Manson. For those that are watching at home and are unaware about that call, every touch in volleyball needs to be a quick fire contact. So it is up to our first and second referees to judge whether that has been touched simultaneously or not. And just as we're talking there, talking about fast, quick contact, that is fast, quick contact from Sienna Hickling-Crane.
Ka pai ka waiho mā taubi ki raro nei, mo tētahi kōrero tāpuri ki tēnei.
Ko nei tātou, ki te taho te kōti, anei ngā kai tautoko St. Marg's. We're here with the St. Marg's support crew. How are we feeling, guys? Just going to get some thoughts on the game so far. Ehua, what have you thought about the matchup thus far?
So far? Probably not going so well for us, but, you know, they're not playing their best, but it must be the pressure. But I know they'll do better, you know. They'll do better.
100% plenty of support down here. Now, I was going to ask who you think's going to win, but I think that's a given question. Who do you think's taking this one out? Vibes are high there, down here by the court. As we get up on the screen once more, ka tuku no kia koutou I te combox.
Oh, look at the vibe down on the stands. That's only one section of the stands in the crowd. Poor Toby.
I congratulate him for being down there. I'm jealous. We've got to pump up these vibes up here in the commentary booth.
Now, I love to see and hear about what people are thinking from the sideline, because then it feels like we're involved from up here as well.
All right.
Let's have a look at this game now. It is Grace Gillies back to serve, which means she will come in and play the 5 defensive position.
Mia with the first touch, sending it out to Delilah, expecting a good hit, and there it is. Aotearoa, he pau tōtika, straight line hits. Rangitoto was ready for it, creating that gap in between the antenna and the blockers, trying to make that path for an easy, opened pass for the back row. Engari, Delilah, bit of a heavy hitter. Now bringing it down to number 1, Coco for the serve.
Cross court and through the middle for...
It will be a net touch there. I was waiting for the official call from our refs. I don't want to call it any earlier.
I had to have the thumbs up.
Ai, me tatari pai mo ngā kōrero, ngā karanga o ngā referee. But now, Coco.
See if they keep the ball on Holmes. That time falling short, so a free point for Rangitoto now. And back to serve.
Ka pai, he whakawhitinga kei te haere I te taho St. Margaret's as well. Coco hopping off and Lucy Davis entering the court on the right side, but on Rangitoto to serve.
Molly Corns
First touch from Sharon. Pikiake Kiwaho finds that angle and is picked up by Rangitoto, kept it alive.
One-arm digs as well. See quick.
Reverse set there. A bit too close to the net, it seems. Bit of contact there, giving it back to Rangitoto now with a 9-point lead.
And now Molly Corns back to serve again for Rangitoto for their side. Love seeing St. Margaret's pushing their attackers around to confuse Rangitoto blockers.
Good call from Mia. Letting that one fly outside of the court, giving them a good point and also inviting Delilah Brown to the service line.
This one kept alive and nearly trickling over the tape. We have a call there from the first referee. He will replay it, but I have a feeling head coach St. Margaret's will have a question about that. I'm not sure, but sometimes it's safer to go back to the start of the point. So let's rewind our minds back to the serve.
Delilah Brown.
Holmes grabbing that one. They push it outside to Ruby. Zaria Ruby finding the court on that one.
And a comfortable lead now, Rangitoto. That is 9 points in total, I believe. All right, seems to be staying there right now, giving Rangitoto another chance to serve. Now to St. Margaret's.
Yeah, and back to Sienna, who has served very well for Rangitoto throughout this tournament.
Bit of a rough chase for Alceta. Joust at the net, e ora tonu ana te poro. And there we go, Isla Cameron manages to put it down off of the block there from Rangitoto, giving it to St. Margaret's now at 11 points total. Just off the hand of the blocker there, hard to pick it up close to the net. Mai te kai pāwi, nāne ki te kai tono. It's Cameron.
Holmes on the receive. They go outside again to Zaria Ruby, and that one's off the block and off the sweep defender. Great use of block. Now looking to the sub box. And a time for Kira Webster to come on and do her job. Just looking at that replay, she's found the top of the hands and scored Rangitoto a point, bringing them now into the crunch time of the set.
Strengthening the St. Margaret's defense, our libero Sharon Kim enters the court.
Webster.
Opposite side though to Mia. Keireira, Sharon, it seems like a chance ball here. A rough pickup for the first one from Rangitoto with a quick dig. Unfortunately gets the next one, number 14 and Rangitoto. Slams it back down and gives them the point, and a deserving one at that.
Grace Gillies, but a great set from Molly Corns. Just putting her middle in the right position to side out, but we cannot take away that dig from St. Margaret's. Back to serve again, Zaria Ruby.
Kapai, the first touch is good. With an opposite hit, hits the ground before making contact with our player, giving number 22, Julia Mitchell, the chance to serve after a lovely spike from the opposite side. And a solid float, drops off early as well.
It looks like Rangitoto will keep this alive. Now, a point for Zaria Ruby. Rangitoto now, 22. St. Margaret's on 12, and still behind the line serving is Zaria Ruby. There's that float serve, just falling short of the net.
There goes St. Margaret's, a bit of a break point here, allowing some time to make a few more points before Rangitoto reaches the 24-point mark, and that will be set point at Tefano. In case you guys don't know at home, it will be first to 25 points for each team.
Still in play.
Sharon Mitepa tuatahi. Delilah Brown. Mana tera paukaha e mate ai te poro with a beautiful cross-court kill there.
Might have to get the first or second referee to check the pressure of that ball, because it might be going flat after that swing.
Mana no Mia hei kai tono i te poro. Mia for the serve.
Over on one. Out of system ball for St. Margaret's. Now a chance for Rangitoto to do something here. Corns on two. We'll see it again. Looks to be a go-to shot, but the best thing about seeing Corns attack on the second is that her two front blockers are going to second guess every time now. Do they go to the pins? Do they go to the middle? No, I have to stay here and I've got to mark Corns.
All right, now there's some more trouble out on the court there for St. Margaret's.
Now, Natalie Campbell to serve for Rangitoto.
Thank you to our line ref there, fixing our whakata Māori, Māori plus sign. Me mihi kātika ki a koe. Now with the serve.
Campbell.
Sharon with the first touch. Ka tono ki awai. Delilah Brown is a good option.
On two again from Corns.
Ka pai Rangitoto expecting the reverse dump there on the second one, but didn't expect Miller to jump through on that quick and slam it down. Ko tērā te piro pai o St. Margaret's College. Let's get a replay on that. You'll see the jump on the dump, thinking it was coming. And then Miller comes in out of nowhere and puts it to the ground. Now to serve.
And it's alive. They go outside. And a cut shot.
A good dig dive there from...
A little unlucky there from St. Margaret's setter. Sometimes it happens. A lot of people are touching the ball. Both teams have long-armed T-shirts and playing shirts. So just a bit of moisture on the T-shirt. I'm sure we'll be able to work through that one for St. Margaret's. Now, set point for Rangitoto, and it is the middle, Grace Gillies, to serve her way through to the set. We've got a clap going on in the arena. Gillies.
Ka first touch is good. Ka hotsu kia Delilah Brown. Unfortunately, it's net for them. Marato tēnei, wāhanga tuatahi ko Rangitoto tēnei with the first set of our finals at Te Whānau. 25, Rangitoto, 15 to St. Margaret's College. There's the crowd there supporting our kohine. I believe we're going to send it down to Toby right now with some side court interviews. So Aotearoa.
Tēnā tātou te iwi, kei hia tātou. Kei konei a hau, ki ngā stands. I'm up here in the stands with the cool boys at the back. Plenty of support for both sides here. The main question, boys, who are you supporting today?
We're supporting Rangitoto, all the boys around here. Yep.
Everyone here for Rangitoto. Plenty of excitement as well. The big question, you boys, no doubt volleyball experts, if you were the coaches here for these two teams, what kind of advice are you giving to your players?
Play hard, energy, feel into the crowd, you know. Just take the energy that we're giving, you know, and use it. Yep.
Deep stuff here up in the stands. Plenty of insightful insights here from the boys from Auckland. We'll throw it back to you in the comm box.
Ka pai ngā mihi Toby, koe rā, ngā kōrero, pai ngā kōrero tika mai ngā tamatāne, ki te taha o te rāringi rā. And it seems like we want some more boys to do some interviews up there in the crowd. But in the meantime, I do agree with the tamatāne there from that team. It seems as though to just try fit with the vibe of the whare right now. Everyone's here just trying to give their best from the seats there. The crowd just trying to send that wairua pai. So let those girls feel it from down on the court and bring it on to the game at Te Whānau. Seems like our kohine are ready and waiting. And there you go, Rangitoto onto the sideline here. Engari, St. Margaret's a little bit of a deep breather, giving them a moment to remember where they are, how far they've come in this competition. We are here in the finals at Te Whānau, and we return onto the court in ngā mihi nui kohine mā from both sides. Te kaha hoki o ngā kaitākoro I ngā taha e rua. Me mihi ka tika kia rātou. Ko tae mai ki tēnei o ngā kōti pakanga nei. Big war going on the court now. Rangitoto mana mā rātou nei. Tēnei wahanga tuarua e timata. Ka whai ko Molly tēnei hei tono. Picked up. Straight down the middle is Isla Cameron getting the first point of the second set. Koenei tētahi o ngā hia pai o tēnei o ngā Kemu. Coming back after losing a set and getting the first one of the next one with a good spike at that. Definitely brings in that wairua. The spark is back on in the body.
Now, I was just having an observation, and it looks like they haven't changed much on either side of the net for a starting lineup. So, looks like both coaches are sticking to what they know here.
Kapai, no touch on the block there from St. Margaret's. Nō reira, Karake kia rātou, te piro Tuarua, the second point for their team. Karake mai rā, aroha mai, Lucy Davis.
I don't know what Coach Sebastian Gonelle has said in that between the two sets, but it seems to have been working for St. Margaret's. And what a way to come back. Sienna Hickling Crane taking out the line, but also committing to pressing and finishing off on that block.
I just wanted to continue on with what our coach Sebastian Gonzalez was saying, as he just gave a little bit of a word to them to huddle up and feel what I would like to say is that sisterhood within them. Trust each other out on that court. You're all there together, you're all fighting together, so let's play as a team, because that's what volleyball is all about. You can't win by yourself. That's why there are 6 players on the court at Te Whānau. Now to the serving line, Delilah Brown, Mahau tēnei piro, tēnei tono. Karere tawhiti, engari kei roto tonu I te kōti, going onto the right side, slips through.
That one going to St. Margaret's, a big block put up in front of Natalie Campbell. And it is a big block indeed. Float serve now to Holmes. They go out the back. Roll shot.
Good first touch from Delilah Brown. Now outside, Julia.
And that one's over from Lee.
Down the middle is Miller.
It's still alive, so now a free ball over.
Kapai katunu kia wai nane for the pipe, using every tool in their kit right now. We went from the left side to opposite to middle, and now we go for the pipe. Unfortunately, doesn't connect there. Mā rātou a Rangitoto, but it's good to see the options being made and the options that can be used. Now that Rangitoto knows what they have, they're going to be thinking about where's the ball going, who's going to get it.
And now Kira Webster on to do her part, floating that one through.
Tono atu ki muri, Julia
Picked up.
Waitaneti. And touched before it leaves the court, gives it to St. Margaret's. That is Mia with the block there. He arai aukati tēnā.
And sometimes that can be a reaction shot, just coming off of your swing, and obviously when you're getting blocked, you don't know who's going to be behind you. You're too focused on the ball, so that communication will start to come through.
Kapai Isla for the serve from St. Margaret's.
Courts out, but that one too far for Natalie Campbell to bring back between the sticks.
St. Margaret's, though, enjoying this 4-point lead right now in the early stages of our second set. Mana tēnei tono e kawe.
Through the middle.
Kereira, Miss Brown, out to Mia. Off the block, it goes out, gives it to St. Margaret's, finds that good angle there. It's a bit of a tough one to hit, but she manages. Arake te wāwhakatā, ko tēnei rā, the timeout being called from Rangitoto, especially with a 5-point lead there. 5 points right now. What do you reckon's going on in the Rangitoto circle?
I'm having a look over at the way things are being spoken about. Very calm environment for the girls. They've been here, both sides, already been in the finals before as a coaching staff, but also as a team. So I'm looking at Rangitoto in the way that Adam Watson is just talking to his side, possibly thinking about, hey, what do we need to do here? How do we need to keep ourselves back in system? And also maybe making some calls defensively on where St. Margaret's are going for a higher percentage of this game. So now, by the looks of things, we're back on court after that, and we'll see what team has taken what from each timeout.
Kapai Cameron tēnā.
Haunts goes through the middle to Gillies. Rangitoto siding out through the middle now, and that's what Coach Adam Watson probably hoped for after that timeout call.
What a good way to return back onto the court, especially with that bit of a difference in points. Coming back with a quick.
Zaria Ruby.
By Mia has been doing some awesome receives this stage. And another awesome spike there from the outside, from the opposite side, Aroha Mai. That is Julia Mitchell. Kapai Karake Kiaia Akura nei. Toby's just organising some side court interviews for these amazing crowd we have going on supporting Ngā Kohine on the courts. Julia now to serve with a bit of a drop from the floats.
Corns again on two, but this time tidied up. Corns goes outside. Can it be chased down? Flying. Toby nearly gets hit by the match ball.
Toby, we wanted a crowd interview, sorry. We didn't want a court interview. But thank you so much, Toby. You are amazing whatsoever.
Yeah, that one coming in very close. It was a little bit scary, actually. It's okay, I'm going to duck and cover next time. I'm here with the Hillmorton High boys. Bro, first and foremost, who are you boys going for in this game?
St. Margaret!
3 straight St. Margaret's calls. That is crazy. Okay, bit of a left field question here. If you could draft one animal into a volleyball team, who are you going for?
Giraffe.
Giraffe. Very good pick. Do you think I have the facilities to be a great volleyball player? When you look at me, do you think this screams volleyballness? Maybe a coach. I'm going to try not to take that as an insult, and I'm going to throw back to you in the combo.
Oh my gosh.
These questions are amazing, Toby. You're doing a great job there, and I agree. Giraffe would probably be the best option to go for. But anyways, we're going to focus on our game now.
Absolute crickets after he asked that question.
Ka pai ora tonu ana te pōro I te taha o Rangitoto.
Swing over the top.
Brown gets a good dig there through the middle. Poirewa Miller. Mō taua pau tere nei in the middle there. St. Margaret's. Maratau tēnei, mō mana tēnei aroha mai ko Mia to serve.
See what Rangitoto can do on the receive line this time. Picked up well, and on two again. This time, St. Margaret saw it coming.
A good read there from Miss Miller. It's happened too many times now. Miller is now waiting for it. I think she's now watching closely at how the movement of, there it is on a replay. She's watching carefully now. Giving Mia another chance to serve.
Nice find there on the pass. Corns goes out to Hickling Crane. Hickling Crane just again has such a high reach on her attack where she's finding the fingertips of the block in front of her. Now let's welcome on for number 9, Renhan Ruili, big middle blocker and attacker. And to serve her opposite middle, Grace Gillies. Goes for the top spin.
Mawaira, Julia Mitchell from the opposite pipe.
Nice dig from Campbell. Outside, down the line, it is Hickling Crane. Sienna Hickling Crane. But also her setup, putting her wide enough on the net to find that line shot. Looking back on that, you can see her snapping on top and turning her wrist away. And now Grace Gillies will back things up behind the baseline.
Ka pai te pātua tahi nā Mia. Ka tono ki Wainga, and a return from the quick right now. Free chance for St. Margaret's to put up another one.
They go for a slide attack, but it's picked up. Now a tight ball, a chance for a joust. Lee picking that one up, and Quants giving it back to Lee, but a block on that.
By Koiara, Lucy Davis, one of the setters as well as a solid blocker there on the receive. A bit of a tough one to get over the net, especially so close. So it was a good idea for Lucy to go for that block there. Miller for the serve.
What a serve.
And off the dig into a pau. Kahanei Kotera, St. Margaret's at te whānau.
I know. It looked like it was going to be a topspin serve, and then it floated through and caused an overpass. Look at this. We need a speed monitor. Let's see if she can do that again. Such a hard serve to receive. Goes for it. That one's long off the court this time.
Good call from Rangitoto. They knew that it was a strong serve coming. So this time they stepped back just a little bit further, just so then they could bait the fast serve. And there it goes flying out. So good job at Rangitoto.
Now Molly Quants behind the baseline to serve, opening up all three options at the front of the net for Rangitoto.
Sharon with the first touch, but a teammate to follow.
Nice pass in, and they look to go outside. That one's inside.
Sharon me te pā tuatahi. Ka tonu ki awai kei wainga kia Cameron kei
Holmes.
Reida.
Still
Ora tonu
alive.
ana. Sharon. Off Brown, off the side of the block there. Always count on Delilah Brown on that outside hits. Confident as always. Her approach is good at this time. Aroha mai, lost my words for a little bit.
It's because there's a substitution coming now.
It looks like our pinch server here, number 1 from St. Margaret's, Coco Hocking. Mana tēnei tono e whai.
And as I mentioned earlier, backhand setter now for Corns. So let's see where she goes with her 3 hitting options. Outside this time to Ruby, and net fault. See Rangitoto coming together and taking the extra time to reset. St. Margaret's now leading away.
Gwynin Coco for her second serve.
That one over to Hickling Crane. Outside now to Ruby.
Off the block, unfortunately it was off the net, therefore that is why Miss Holmes dived for the ball there, just so then she could try and pick it up, giving it back to St. Margaret's.
And a timeout call for Rangitoto. A chance for them to take a breather. Let's talk about what the conversations are that are being had here. Rangitoto on the far side, needing to stop some of this momentum for St. Margaret's. But of course, St. Margaret's having a bit of a lolly break. Imagine having that much lollies on your bench.
I'm sure Toby will find it.
Toby, go
grab
get us a lolly.
I'm on it. I'm on it.
And they are Rangitoto on camera now. They have a few of their, what are these called? The boards in place, so then they can shout out to their teammates.
And I'd like to mention that in these timeouts, you'll see coaches not wanting to overload athletes too much. You only have about 1 to 2 minutes to get the information in that you need.
Right.
And for some athletes, they come in exhausted and they just sit there.
Yeah.
So really important to deliver only a little bit of knowledge to not overload any athletes.
Ai ko Coco tēnei, hei kai tono, but coming back from the timeout, let's see if Rangitoto will get their coach point, breaking momentum. Doesn't seem like it worked for the serve. Mia me te pānga tuatahi, sending it out to Delilah, the angle.
Nice pick.
Good eye.
Out the back, but it's tight.
Giving it to St. Margaret's in Aine. Ka Poirewa a Coco ki te tono anō at the service line, enjoying her time out there actually. Being a pinch server, that is her chance on the court to shine. And on the replay, we see that a bit of a tip on the block from Delilah Brown.
Holmes. Corns goes through the middle to Lee. And that one's out.
Getting revenge now on the second set with a difference in points from the first set, now showcasing here on the second one. Waru piro te rerekētanga I tēnei wā e te whānau. He whakawhitinga ke te haere, mō tērā taha o Rangitoto, I'll leave it to you.
Some changes now for Rangitoto, welcoming on number 11, Amelia Irirangi Russell, and number 4, Kyra Oshanisi.
Ka pai kori tēnei, Coco. It's high, but it was going to fall in. Good call from Rangitoto. Mai te ārai ora tonu ana. Opposite side off the net, still dug up.
Natalie Campbell, but Holmes will put that over.
Free ball here for a quick, but Holmes again.
The forearms just live on under the ball at this point for Holmes. What a pick. Multiple picks there for Rangitoto. And that's exactly how you want to come out of some timeouts.
Ara, he whakawhitinga, ka puta a Coco, ka hoki mai koe ara, a Lucy Davis sitter for our St. Margaret's girls. Let's see what they can come up with. We see Sharon ready. in the white in St. Margaret's.
Kyra to serve.
Picked up by Delilah. Kei Wahui Naine. Lands deep into the court there. Namarua te kaumarua. Julia Mitchell straight in between the blockers and the antenna there. Finding that path and giving a serve to her teammate Delilah.
Swan finding Kyra, and it is Lee with the tip. Just out of reach of St. Margaret's defense. So now we go to the sub box, and it is Kira Webster back on for Lee. See what she can do behind the baseline for Rangitoto.
Straight to Sharon, Mawai rā, tēnei e whai. It will be a pipe from Delilah Brown. Engari, ko hopu ki nei a rātou, no touch at the net, we're still safe. Another chance for St. Margaret to attack MāORI I tēnei wā. Ko rite wawe a Rangitoto.
And throwing St. Margaret's defenders out of whack is outside hitter Natalie Campbell going for her swing. Almost like an 80% swing as we look at the replay.
And a reserve set at that. Good timing on the approach from Natalie Campbell.
Webster finding passer hitter.
And there we go, another one from Julia Mitchell. Right in between the blockers and the antenna once again. These girls are finding those straights. Let's see if Rangitoto can find a way to cover up that space in between the antenna for that open space there for the hit. Cameron Inaine.
Nice receive there. Now through the middle, and it is Grace Gillies swinging that one down to one and siding out through the middle. And just as our Rangitoto number 11 goes to serve, we've got an interview down courtside. Toby, over to you.
Tēnā tātou e te wiki, kei konei tonu hau. I'm still trying to recover from that burn from Hill Morton. I'm a little bit insecure, so I've decided to come to the love corner of these boys cuddling over here in the comfy seats. Boys, what do you reckon of the game so far?
I think it's going real well. I think Rangitoto's selling a bit, but hopefully they do well. What do you think?
Yeah, I hope Rangitoto brings it back for the next set, or even this set.
Yeah. I honestly can't even handle how cute these twos are. Boys, it's game day. You're getting ready for your match. What meal are you going to? What food are you having to get you ready for your game?
Coffee, Cocoa Bello. Nutella sandwiches.
Two fantastic answers there. I'm going to let them snuggle. We'll leave them to it. We'll go back to you in the comm box.
You couldn't have found a more out-the-gate interview, Toby. Thank you so much. But also, if you haven't tried a Nutella sandwich and a coconut water, which they have both mentioned, that's a collaboration because it's got a bit of chocolate, a bit of energy.
Those electrolytes, you're sorted.
And plenty of love there in the interview as well. Back to the game. 5 to serve. Campbell forcing an overpass.
Giving it to Delilah now off the hit. Mia finds that corner. Rangitoto e whakaora ana I te pōro, but now Marato a St. Margaret's tēnei.
That one through the block and over on one.
Good
the
up
ball is
there.
alive.
Mia me te pānga whakamitsunga back to Rangitoto.
Corns through the middle. It's picked up, it's there. And two. The advertising. Oh my gosh, let's look at that again. But starting off with Diggs, starting off with the strip of the ball, you just see Grace Gillies attacking down the right-hand side of the court. Big point there for Rangitoto, almost one of those momentum points.
Tautoko i ngā kōrero, they are starting to come back with these points. Whetū piro te rerekētanga I tēnei wā. Ramana nei a Sharon te pānga tuatai, it's a bit hard to pick up due to that amazing float from the serve.
Again, Grace Gillies. And it's a very good shot as well because it's not too steep. It's long enough in the court to catch defenders out, and that one has forced a timeout for St. Margaret's College. Let's go through some of the conversation sideline now. By the looks of things, some of the St. Margaret's players actually have ice packs, so it must be hot down there.
Right, I've heard from some of the side court players when we were down there early on that ever since it started to get filled in here, it was a bit hot. Toby, can you comment on that? How hot is it down there, man?
It is boiling. It is buzzing, it's hot literally and figuratively. It's a pressure cooker environment, one of the go-to cliches for many commentators I know. You know, still got that vibe going on here. But no, the energy down here is palpable. Both these teams bring on a great fight. Honestly, don't know which way it's going to go. Back to you guys in the comm box.
Trying to spot you there. There you are, Toby. I see you right behind our serving player from Rangitoto.
Back into the game, Campbell putting this one through.
And a return quick, why not? They've been hit with it 2 times, so why not return the favour to Rangitoto. Kuia nei a Miss Miller, mo taua pāo tere nei. And I'm sure St. Margaret's is happy with that one.
Always love to see a bit of middle competition through the net.
Solid serve there, but picked up beautifully by the girls in red. St. Margaret's still managed to get the slide hit as well.
Hey!
Return.
What was she doing there? That is your right-hand side front setter moving over past halfway to get yourself a block. Some great net and court awareness shown there.
We have blinked and I've just realized that we are at 23 points for St. Margaret's. Now giving it over to Rangitoto with an unfortunate short serve. But the pressure is getting there. The excitement as well. 23 points to St. Margaret's. The kauma ono kia Rangitoto. There is a bit of a 7-point gap. But hey, there's always time for a comeback here.
Welcoming on Renhan Ruili, number 9 of Rangitoto. And it will be Grace Gillies to serve.
Nere pai nei, Sharon te pānga tuatahi ka toro atu kia Miss Brown. Cross court yet again. Always vote on Delilah Brown. Not always bet on black, it's always bet on brown here, te whānau. Ka puanga paki just to cheer on at the set point whānau. And that'll do it with an ace as well. Kuia rā te pai te kaha, te miharo hoki o Miss Miller, giving her team the first set point here on the second one. So what do? We move along to the third, and we see how we go there. What an awesome second set there, Stefano, especially with those side court interviews, Toby. Toby, what do you reckon about the game so far, boss?
Absolutely unbelievable. As you both know, I'm a volleyball expert, so I'll hold my in-depth commentary analysis to myself. I'm going around, vibes are very different. We've got some people on the Rangitoto side, very confident, plenty of confidence from the St. Margs, one set apiece. Who knows which way it's going to go.
And the best thing about finals volleyball, now 2 teams in front of you today have got a set under their belts each, which means we are definitely going to fall whānau, and it will be a race. 3 sets to be taken for one of these sides to take the title of 2026 Volleyball Championships. Now, also, lots of techniques going on, so we will be back with you very soon after a short break. And now back into the action at the Palmerston Arena. The third set of this match, the 2026 Volleyball Championships Girls Final.
This is for the gold medals at Te Whānau. We had our bronzes and silver games, bronze games early on, and this will determine the outcome for the entire week of volleyball for these kohine out here on the court. So lucky and grateful to have this position to watch my favourite sport, te kōrero I toku reo, pūrotu toku reo tāhua, and here we are back on set number 3 to start, 1 set each. Ko wai tēnei hei kaitono, it is Lucy Davis. Ka wai, and Delilah out there off the block, kia rātou tonu. will be still in court. No call from our flag holders. Through the block, ora tonu ai te pōro, kārere ki waho e te whānau. Beautiful point there from Rangitoto. And just in case you've just joined now with te whānau, ko wai hoki tēnei hei kai kōrero, hei kai pāho, po kaiho short hair, he uri no Te Aroa Ngāti Parau, and Ngāti Raratonga hoki, and also a good friend up here, tēnā koa.
It is such a pleasure to have you guys on the live stream with us throughout this week. We've been introducing ourselves, and it is an absolute pleasure to have you. My name is Emma Burkett, and this is the type of finals volleyball you expect to see.
Right. So te koe ngā kōrero, aroha mai. We are here now with Rangitoto. This is the best teams that we've had coming together now. Heaps of different score points I've just noticed, just so then the whole crowd can have a look. It's pretty awesome. Aroha mai to cut you off there. What?
I was just going to talk about more volleyball, and we've got extra volleyball in front of us. So by the looks of things, we are going to 4 sets. Remember, it is the first team that can secure 3 sets under their kura to take the gold medal match, and it is a race to 25, win by 2.
Ka pai called Delilah Brown tēnei, hei kai tono for St. Margaret's. A deep dig there, picked up by Lucy. And now a free chance for Rangitoto, mā wai rā. Wainga nui, kei reira, Sharon. Back out. Breaks through the block, oia rā. Namaru e te kau mā rua, Julia Bars. Ai kei reira. We are now at the service line once again, tying our points rua ki te rua.
And by the looks of things, some questions being asked to the first referee from Coach Adam Watson. I always enjoy seeing captains go and talk to first referees because it's so important to make sure you're all on the same ground within the match. Now Holmes, that one's out to Corns. Free ball now.
Kapai te pānga tuatahi. Down the middle is Cameron, off by Holmes, sets it far. Wea nei, St. Margaret's. Me tō rātou tere. He pāo tere in the middle, that is a quick spike down the centre from the middle blocker, Miss Cameron. Giving her mate another chance to serve, ko Delilah tēnei.
Holmes, overpass, and by the looks of things, a net touch. So Rangitoto take the advantage point. Now Sienna Hickling Crane. Looking to serve now.
Starting to feel the heat from the crowd now up here in the commentary booth. Delilah with the first touch.
Stop from Lee. Has that caught the line? No, it hasn't. We have touches call from the linesman. And that one out off of the block of Renhan Rui Lee.
Good replay there from Alkai Kamera. Thank you, you guys. Cameron, shorts, but ticks it over on the second.
Lee.
And Lee.
Patiently waiting on the net for an overpass like that. All middles love to wait on the net and take the opportunity to take any type of ball. So now it is Kira Webster serving this one for Rangitoto. 4-all, no one budging so far in the set. And a point for Rangitoto, taking the lead, 1-4. Webster to serve.
Ka whai mia mo te pānga tuatahi. Opposite side now, off the block, still picked up, kept alive from Rangitoto. Brown with the first touch, ka haere ki kia nane, down the middle to Miller, flies just outside.
We've got an out call. I think from here there could have been a touch, and I think she's missed that by centimetres on the baseline. Let's have a look at the replay to see where the ball goes. Ah, yes. Great call from the linesman. Kira Webster.
And Mia just loses control there. What an awesome serve and the foot shuffle there from the ace, Rangitoto. Loving the celebrations here. We've had awesome ones throughout the entire week. Lovely chants from all the teams. You can see it on the Volleyball New Zealand Instagram page. So many cool chants and funny ones as well on the MāORI Plus page. Ka pai te karangatika ko tēnā mai I a rātou o St. Margaret's. The right call to let that fly out. Mā rātou I nei St. Margaret's. Rua te kaumārua Julia to serve.
And by the looks of things, just going back to the start of the set, both sides have decided to stick with their starting six from the first and second set. And just looking over to the court, second referee, Mary Kiri. Just making sure the sweat's rubbed off the ground. Can be slippery at times, so of course, looking after our athletes on the court, our first and second referee.
All right, also just seeing how much of a hard players these girls are. First serve is good.
Through the middle, sitting there, but it's too strong for Grace Gillies. St. Margaret's really needed to get under that attack from Rangitoto.
What a speedy spike that was. Again, yeah, we need that speed monitor. Mia gets it up this time.
And a monster block! Wow, that is huge from Grace Gillies, forcing a timeout for coach Sebastian. And I've spoken about it earlier and I'll speak about it again. Momentum points, how huge they are for some sides. And that is a momentum point for Rangitoto College. Taking the lead now.
Whāpiro ki mua I tēnei wā Rangitoto, he aha te kōrero o ia rā Sebastian Gonzalez, rā te kaiwhakahaere, te kōhine o tēnei o ngā tima, ngā kapa o St. Margaret's. What are the words of wisdom that he will tell his team, his girls, while they come back out to the court to bring it back, because that second set, they made a bit of a lead there at the beginning, and we can't allow that to happen again for Rangitoto since the first set. That's how they're managing to get away with these points, is just getting far in the lead from these momentums. Karake, ngā kohine nei Rangitoto.
Ruby.
Sharon gets the first touch, still keeps the ball in play. Miller me te pā whakamutunga.
3-metre attack, we haven't seen much of it.
Kāre kau he pā I te ārai. No reira ka haere atu te pōra ki a rātou o Rangitoto. There was no touch on the block there, whānau. So we give Miss Mia a chance to serve again.
That one found. Over the top, it's a slide out for Natalie Campbell, number 5 of Rangitoto. So far, so good from her out on the pins, but also starting off with a great serve receive from her passing line. Sienna Hickling-Crane forcing that ball to fall on top of her setter's head.
Sharon with the first dig, but it's to Delilah, back row opposite. A lovely topspin on that ball, sending it down on the court, but it falls back onto the ground, giving it to Rangitoto now with a 5-point lead, as well as number 5 going up to serve.
Now, Natalie Campbell has been pretty consistent throughout the match so far, reliable on the pins and making her serves.
Outside to Brown. There it is again.
Also forcing a one-on-one block. St. Margaret's doing their job through the middle to hold up that middle blocker and open up that cross-court swing.
Just for a moment there, just from how close the ball was to the net, it seemed as though a dump was coming. And then Delilah brings it home, as well as Miller, to showcase her powerful serve. Not a top spin at te whānau, just a solid float with power and speed behind it. Mana no te poro.
We spoke about her serve in the last set.
Right.
It looks like it's going to spin, and it just comes off the palm of her hands and floats to the baseline. Nice serve receive, it's tight.
And the block of the dump. I was about to call it early, but it still happens for St. Margaret, giving them the point now. 2-point difference. No call yet from the Rangitoto side. Seems as though with the closing in of the points, we'll see how far these girls go. Poirewa, Anō, Hannah Mary, Miller.
And she finds the pass line again, forcing an overpass.
Brown once more, bringing these points back for St. Margaret's. There's the team.
Now, Coach Adam Watson on the sideline, having a chat to his serve receive line. I'm hoping now they'll put this one up, but that one is long of the court. So Rangitoto back on the board, looking to the scoreboard. St. Margaret's gaining a few points there for their side. Let's welcome on Renhan, Ruili. So, you know what that means. Middle block from Lee, but it will be her opposite middle, Grace Gillies, to serve.
And there we go.
Grace Gillies forcing her side to have a kanikani on the court. And now, while Grace Gillies goes for her serve, we've got another interview down courtside. Let's see what the vibe's like down with you, Toby.
Ai, kei konei tonu ahau e te whānau. I'm still here. I'm here with the Rangitoto whānau, actually. As that point goes up, just a couple nerves. Don't want to interrupt their viewing. That one goes down. E hoa. How do you think the girls are doing thus far?
Sorry?
How do you think the girls are doing thus far?
They're doing bloody awesome, mate. They're playing really well. Yeah.
You must be very proud to see them in this game. What would your advice be to them as they push deeper into the fixture?
Just win it. Just win it.
Just win it. Simple question here from the Rangitoto whānau. We'll throw it back to you in the commentary booth.
And I wish it was that simple.
Aye, Tautoko, we've got to work hard to get this win. And we'll see how we go now that Coco there with the serve, returning as a pinch server for the St. Margaret's side. Tip it off the block, tries to reach under with a smile on her face as she goes down, and that is Delilah. Still enjoying their time out there on the court. That is also one of the main things. Yes, of course, winning gold medal 1 for the finals, but also enjoying your time out on the court here. That's how you can play a good game of volleyball. Back to Rangitoto to serve.
Corns got touches off of the receive line of St. Margaret's. A nice deep serve from backcourt setter. That is Molly Corns. And also now St. Margaret's having a substitution. We missed it. Number 3 coming on.
Number 3 is Lucy Davis switching in for Coco Hocking as the pinch server for St. Margaret's. Lucia with a tough hit. Backed it up high as Holmes. Sharon. Back out to Brown. Finds the end court there once again. Either side doesn't matter. I thought she was only an outside hitter until this point with the oppo position open to her. She manages to slam it down. Mana no te pirone. Holmes doing an awesome job at digging at the end there. I'm not too sure if we got that. But we see Holmes doing an amazing job as a guardian deity of Rangitoto. Engari Inaine. Delilah to serve.
Holmes to Corns. Corns outside. And that's a cross-court swing from Ruby. Zaria Ruby. Left-handed swing. Ripping it straight back inside of her one-on-one block. A side out now for Rangitoto.
Kapai ka hoki atu ki te rā Rangitoto. Rangitoto.
Float serve from Sienna.
It's a bit harsh to get, but we still managed to get it back over St. Margaret's. Good pick up off the tip of the block there. Mia finds the dead end of the court. Engari kei reira tonu a Rangitoto.
Have we got a touches call? Yes, we do. We've got our sideline referees just saying they've caught some hands on the touch there. So there will be some questions asked from captains. Let's see where they go.
So just for the people at home that aren't too sure, why is it only that the captain, it's only the captain that can speak to the head ref, right?
Well, yeah, but then it's because you don't have a whole team yelling at one referee. You've got to have one person that can speak some sense between headed, you know, times in the game, times in the match, points, because it can be in environments like this where you need one voice. And of course, you will quite often see coaches talk to their captain will go over to the first referee, and some questions, sometimes a captain can be used as a middle person between a coach as well, delivering those conversations.
This is for the people at home, by the way. That
Yeah.
wasn't for me, don't worry, whānau. I play volleyball, I know that's today. These are for you guys. Some replays playing while we wait for our kohine to return to the court. A timeout was called by the St. Margaret's. Ka ngana ia rātou, ki te kōrero haere ki te kaiakora, that being Sebastian Gonzalez. Now that they have a bit of a lead, Rangitoto.
Sienna Hickling, Crane, floating that one short.
Opposite side, makes it through the block and the net. Koea rā te pai o Julia Mitchell I tēnei wā.
And I'm sure we'll start to see Renhan Rui Lee get those stops because she is in the right spot. Just needing to finish off the positioning on her hands.
Papai just a bit far on the serve, giving Rangitoto the point that they wanted with some substitutions coming in from the Rangitoto. Tara ka puta hoki I tēnei taha, sorry, a Cameron, and in comes our libero, Sharon.
Webster now for Rangitoto on to do her job.
Picked up by Mia, it's rough, but still manages. A good slow approach there, still managing to hit it over the net.
And that time, Zaria Ruby just finding St. Margaret's defenders out of position. You can see her turn that one down the line, and also libero needing to reach that one up.
Mapiro te rerekētanga I tēnei wā. He hata rātou a St. Margaret's kia whakahoki mai ngā piro. They have the answer as I'm speaking, and it's Julia Mitchell bringing back one more point as she goes to the serving line with a solid hit. Once again, using the outsides a lot more recently. I'm sure that Miller in the middle there is fiending for a hit. Engari tēnei wā. Julia.
Nice dig there. They go back out to Ruby.
Good one-armed receive there, just off the wrist. Breaks through the block. E ora tonu ana nā Rangitoto.
Out of system swing off the top of the block.
Lovely first dig. Julia once more finds her way into the Rangitoto team and flies back out. Koena Julia Mitchell putting her team at 15 points now and returning to the service line with an opposite pipe hit. Wāwhakatā, timeout is called from the Rangitoto team. They're creating that momentum once again. You want to just shut that off straight away, especially in the finals here. Though they are 4 points ahead with that momentum, so we've seen throughout the entire week, right?
I was just going to say that. It's like you see teams that have such a large lead, and then you see teams make that disappear within moments, within points. It could take two aces and 2 side outs, and then it could be all 19 each. By the looks of things, we might have Toby courtside to have a kōrero with Rangitoto, who are in the boys' semi-final. So let's go and see where Toby's at and what he's up to.
Yes, kei konea hau e te whānau. This is just like high school. As soon as I walk towards people, they all walk away from me. They see the microphone and they got scared. I was with the boys before. I said, what do you want to interview? They were all keen, and now they're running away. So I'm going to chase one of them down. E hoa. We're here with Takapuna Grammar School up next in the boys' final. How are your teams feeling?
Pretty nervous, pretty exciting. First time our school's ever been in a national final. So, yeah, it should be good.
I was told you actually play Rangitoto every single Wednesday. You know each other well. What kind of tricks do you reckon they're going to try and pull on you?
I don't know. I'm expecting a very fresh kind of, what do you call it, like a very fresh game with new ideas, new like tactics and stuff like that. I think it'll be very fun.
Yeah, looking forward to the boys' game, but we'll send it back to the girls for now. Up to the commentary box.
Thank you, Toby, and also thank you to Takapuna, not shy of the camera at all, and a good luck to the boys that will be jumping on the court in the boys' final after this. But back to the game, like Toby said, we've got Zaria Ruby behind to serve, and they have entered 21-15 now.
Right, so because of the gap in the points, we will switch off Mia, and in comes number 12, Shay Edwards for St. Margaret, sorry. Let's see how this changes up the play style. Another outside solid hitter off the net, and a beautiful dig. It's deep, but it works. Panga tuatahi, karere tapitia no, Shay has to tip it over.
Stop there and in play. Out of system again, and it is Campbell to swing that one.
Shay once more has to touch it over.
Haunts out to Campbell.
Sharon ain't letting that touch the ground just yet. Shay once more. She's jumped more than 3 times right now. What a rally at te whānau. Mai muri. Ka pātui te ārai te panga tuatahi nā Shay. Now back to Julia from the back line. Finds it.
That one's long. Rangitoto 22 and St. Margaret's 15. Loving this rally, loving the board, just staying alive, and obviously finishing that one off with a swing that I'm sure we'll start to see fall in.
I think we're just going to give some of our girls from St. Margaret's, some of our starting 6 players a bit of a rest. Now switching in, number 3 is, number 1 is Coco. Normally our pinch server now acting as setter. Let's see how they go and how they can switch things up on the court, and that is one way to do it. Blocking their center in the middle there, opening up their left side, making it seem like there's so much space there, but with a little bit too much strength, sends it outside, giving it to St. Margaret's. 6-point difference. Can they bring it back? Shay Edwards.
That one short of the net, and I wanted to go back to the play a couple of plays ago where they've gone for that inside ball for Rangitoto. They've gone for a quick little combo, and obviously that means that they've opened up the down the line tip. So the vision that some of the girls have in the air, you can see is starting to develop throughout the match.
First
pass, Corns and Gillies sending that one off the forearms of St. Margaret's into the stands. Will we get it back? We've found the match ball. Yes, we'll get it back. Now, we are on set point. Rangitoto 24, St. Margaret's 16, and it is Natalie Campbell to serve for Rangitoto. Where will she go?
First touch by Miller, it flies far. Ora Toniwana Miller once again gets the final touch, going to the middle there.
Courts outside, and Rangitoto's Sienna Hickling Crane will use the block to her advantage. Rangitoto now taking the 3rd set. 2 sets under their name, and St. Margaret's still with 1 set.
Awesome 3rd set we had there at Te Whānau. We did see a bit of a tied game in the early stages, going 1-for-1, and then Rangitoto decided to break forth into the lead, and they did it on the 1st set and they did it on the 3rd. Are we going to go set for set this entire match? We'll figure that out depending on how good Sebastian Gonzalez is with his words and how our girls have rested on the last few minutes of this game. I ki te au, I te nuinga o ngā kaitākaro St. Margaret's, ngā mea starters nei, they leave the court on the later stages just so that they can get that rest that they need, and knowing that the set 24-16 would have been a lot of effort to bring back. So give our girls a rest, let's bring it back on the 4th set.
Yeah, it's always good to get your impact players on. I like to call them impact players because that's exactly their job. Come on, make an impact, as I said, and also give some starting players some time from the sideline, which also opens up another view on the game, seeing things possibly that you don't see when you're on court, or quite possibly letting your nerves or whatever it is that you're doing calm down from the sideline, regather yourself, and then of course as soon as you get put on the bench you want to get back out there on the court. So let's see what happens in the fourth set in the 2026 Volleyball Championships here in Palmerston North. For our athletes, Rangitoto needing to take this set to take the match, and for St. Margaret's needing to also take this set and take this to 5.
Just for those at home who have just joined in, no mai haere mai, we have these final games here for the gold medal and silver medal. Who will come first, who will come second? St. Margaret's closest to the camera there, and on the opposite end we have Rangitoto. And it has been an amazing match so far. Ko Pōkaiho short tōku ingoa, and I also have Emma Burke, Burkett. I've got it. Aroha mai, my English is worse than my Māori e te whānau.
That's why I'm here.
Yeah, that's why I'm here for my reo whānau. Ai. Ka pai, ko timata iho tēnei wahanga. Tua whā o te kēmu. Waiting on our second ref there.
Actually, let's go through and reintroduce our first and second ref. Second ref, you'll see just standing down by the score bench. That is Mary Kirikiri, lots of experience, a face that everyone knows around the courts. And then also up on the stand, we have Ray Manson. Two very experienced referees. Now, Lee entering the chat. That one inside of the court. And a great start from Rangitoto College.
A great way to start the new set is with an amazing quick down the centre. There we go, hardly enough time to react from Sharon and the libero from St. Margaret's. Let's see, St. Margaret's, e whakahoki mai te piro pea. Miscommunication, that's why comms and teamwork is an amazing and important thing here in volleyball. Unfortunately, humans can't read each other's minds, so we're gonna have to call it out loud, and she did. But then again, the nerves of the fourth set are creeping in whānau.
That one's wide of the court. Now Rangitoto taking the advantage serve, and we'll welcome Sienna Hickling-Crane to serve for Rangitoto. You can see Coach Adam Watson signalling where he wants the serve to go. I'm sure they've had a discussion, already done their research on St. Margaret's on where they go on the serve. Down the line. An ace there for Sienna Hickling-Crane. And now she'll go for it again behind the baseline. Putting the pressure on by the looks of things. She's gone down the line to put the passer hitters out of rhythm. And again.
Oh, from the offset there of the second.
Corns outside.
She has to chase after it, and Sharon will get the last touch over to Rangitoto.
Holmes putting that one tight for Corns.
Now with the joust, but seemed to be a joust, but the ball drops into Rangitoto's side, giving the tide, not tide, the point there for St. Margaret's, but with Delilah Brown for the serve.
Holmes.
Solid float of Holmes.
Corns outside.
Orai te poro. Out to Mia.
Holmes again. And now an out of system swing, so it will be Campbell trying to keep that in the play.
First touch is nice and high, giving more than enough time for a play to be made. But also the blockers to be ready. Off the touch on the ground. That is for St. Margaret's now. Inaine toru ngā piro. Te ori te tanga I tēnei wā 3 points to 3, I believe.
Holmes, Corns, goes out the back to Ruby.
Nice and high first touch, gives enough time for St. Margaret's to find the second touch.
Back out to Ruby, tipped over top.
Kim was almost there, she managed to dive it just in time. With the hand not in the right place, but great work on the dig. Love the determination and the hustle that these liberos and players overall have, ki te ruku mo te pōro me te whai I ngā pāhi pai.
Now, Kira Webster on for Lee. She's been consistent on her serve cross court.
Mia me te pāhi tuatahi ki Wainga Cameron.
It's up.
Ana.
Campbell putting that one back over.
Kapai with this nice and high pass, straight down the middle. He arai, he ora ana. Kareka he karanga I te referee. So we
Campbell.
carry on. Lovely first touch by Mia. Back out. Off the 2 blocks, a bit of a rally going on. The ball just doesn't want to make contact as soon as I speak.
Is a controlled swing, standing drive. That'll get Rangitoto that point after that rally.
Aroha mai whānau, my curse technique was activated. And that is the commentator's curse.
Such a good rally. And again, Kira Webster.
Julia, another safe option there for the St. Margaret side as she spikes it down the right side of the court. I'm going to spike it down to Toby, who I believe is ready for another side court interview there. That is...
Nā tēnā tātou te iwi kei konei ahau ki te taho Hamilton Girls. I'm here with the Hamilton Girls players and Simba. Interesting mascot. What's the story behind the lion?
So obviously in our logo we have the lion and lion. Basically, and the lionesses. We're the lionesses.
I probably should have guessed that one. Not that much of a story behind it. It's pretty obvious. The big question, who are you backing? Who's taking this one out?
Rangitoto. Rangitoto! Rangitoto. Yeah.
3 for 3 on the Rangitoto side. We'll throw it back up to you in the comm box.
So it seems as though we now have some Rangitoto supporters in the crowd. We had first the boys from the whānau from Rangitoto, and now the 3 girls from Hamilton Girls. Seems as though we're now getting a bit of a variety of supporters here being surrounded of the courts. We have Rangitoto and St. Margaret's College 5-5.
And just how we were talking to Toby, we missed that roof block, an absolute stuff block from St. Margaret's.
I'm sad I missed that because the block is my favorite point in the game, especially a full monster stuffed block. Cameron with the serve.
Outside, and Campbell.
Over top of the blockers on the hits. Mia gets it off the blockers though. It's a bit short, but still manages. There's no call on the foot. And call from our line refs there. That is why we have them there, Tefano. If we didn't have those line watchers, we would be lost in volleyball.
I was going to say, we probably wouldn't be able to move on with the point because all the players will be disagreeing.
It was in, it was in, it was out, it was out.
Yeah.
Yeah, whakarongo ki te kairangi, please. That is Cameron now to serve St. Margaret's, now 2 points ahead.
And that one's out. Again, a reason why we have lines judges. They see the centimetres and angles that a lot of players do not. So let's have a little look at who's serving now. It is Zaria Ruby.
The entire crowd enjoying the old new meme that's going around with these points, but we won't talk about it, whānau. Tip over the block at Ora Toniwana Te Poro, Sharon for the chase.
And that is Gillies, but sitting there, St. Margaret's defence.
Julia still hits it over and it's still safe.
Corns!
Beautiful
Hello.
time to use the second dump there. Solid time to use it at Tefano. So deep into the game, wondering where the ball's going to go, and just there and there is the perfect time to dump it down because you're never thinking about it. So now we're back with a 7-7. Goodbye to the old score. Welcome 7-7. Good call.
Zaria Ruby nearly touching the sideline there. That's out.
Well, we have number 22, Julia Mitchell for the serve. We also have number Toby for the side court interview here. Mana no I tēnei wā, Toby.
Tēnā tātou te iwi kei konei tonu ahau. I'm down here with the Rangitoto head coach ahead of the final coming up. Mate, how are the boys feeling ahead of the big game?
Very excited. Yeah, it takes a lot of hard work to get here. So, yeah, it's one of those things you want to make the most of opportunities.
I was told by the boys that you guys practice with Takapuna every Wednesday. How do you think those friendship play into the way the boys are going to play today?
It's pretty funny. Normally when you walk into the gym, you know, in a final, it's rivals. You know, there's one team down there, but you walk in and they're all having conversations. So it's a bit unique for a coach. But no, I think they've played a lot of volleyball together. They play beach together. They play with the region together, club together. So yeah, I think that's what makes this game now interesting. It's one of those things, we know each other very well, and yeah, should be an exciting final.
Awesome. Well, we're really looking forward to seeing that one after this game, but plenty of volleyball action here still on the courts. We'll throw it back up to the commentary box.
While we continue on with this game, I just wanted to acknowledge and agree with the coach of the Rangitoto boys with all that he said in terms of our boys making it this far, with all the hard work and effort. It's the same things for these girls that are playing right now. Picks it up on their head, just switching straight back to the game.
Some of the off-speed standing shots seem to be what's making these points tick away in the match. So far now 11-8. And by the looks of things, we have the head coach of Takapuna Grammar School down with Toby. So we'll go down and see what they have to say as they lead into their final very soon.
Nā tēnā tātou te iwi as that ball just goes out the back. I have the Takapuna Grammar School head coach alongside me. E hoa, big game for your boys. First time in the final. How are the nerves?
Surprisingly low. There would be first time in the finals, you'd expect them to be pretty nervous right now. But these boys have been a bunch of winners since day one, and they are always a group that turns up for the big games.
Fantastic. No doubt plenty of excitement around the lads. How do you settle them down? How do you get them ready for the game and lock them back in?
It's just a bit of breathing work, really. Like there is a couple of guys that do love to get amongst the high emotions of the game, but the leadership crew in there are very relaxed guys and just cool and collected in those big moments.
Awesome. Well, we're looking forward to seeing your boys out on court later. We'll throw it back to the commentary box to keep on with this one.
And always nice to have sideline conversations between head coaches Johan Tama of Rangitoto and Tristan Heglin. Of course, that's all after this match right here. Let's welcome our athletes back onto the court and reintroducing ourselves. We've got Rangitoto on the far side up against St. Margaret's College. My name is Emma Burkett, and with me today in the commentary box is Paul Kaiho Short. Such a pleasure to have you in the commentary box with me. We just love volleyball. How is this our office?
Yeah, we're up here watching our favorite sport. Oh my gosh, what a privilege, what an honor. Definitely something that I want to continue doing down the line. Now that I've got the opportunity to be a coach, it's even better to be up here in the commentary box. I've only been a coach for not too very long, actually, for the tima of Te Kaupata, ngamihi nui kia koutou tānema. But now I can see, now I can have a different perspective that these girls have on the game and just the players on the court. Now being able to connect with them a bit more, because I didn't get to come out here to Nationals. And I apologize for dragging on my court at all. It's not about me, it's about the game on the court with Brown off the net, unfortunately. Thought I could call it back into the game with a cool little point there. Returning to Rangitoto. Is that a 2-point difference now? While we had those side commentary there, we had a few points from St. Margaret's skyrocket for a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. St. Margaret's College now with a little bit of a lead, but we have seen Grace Gillies time and time again do something for her side behind the baseline. So her chance now to serve down the line. It is an ace for Grace Gillies. A kani. Lots of footwork coming from Rangitoto, and I actually had a chat with head coach and assistant coach before the match. They go out of stadium before they jump onto the court and go and dance. It is something that has been in their culture for many years, and they've carried it on, Rangitoto. So they like to separate themselves and stay close as a team.
Off the first hit, off the dig. Now it's Julian Mitchell, gets a bit low onto the net. Nā rātou Rangitoto e whakaori tēnei I ngā piro, tying the game now, Rangitoto. They had an amazing lead there, St. Margaret's, but Rangitoto decided that they do not want that lead to be any bigger and not for any longer. Back to Rangitoto.
Gillies to serve, 12 all.
Ka Poirewa Sharon tēnei, ka tonu ki awa ki a muri, ki aia a Miller. Kia kene whakaaro, ka rere te poro ki waho kia Delilah Brown. I thought it was going to go out to Brown, but no. If it tricked me, it did trick the girls, and it still managed to get the point. But now to the service line, mai te kai pao, ki te kai tono.
And that one out the back, nearly flying into some of the sideline supporters. And that will go to Rangitoto now. 13 all, and it will be number 7, Molly Quartz to serve, now having 3 front court options up on the net for Rangitoto.
Ka pai mawai te poro. Mana, Ma Kim, perfect pass to the setter, didn't have to move at all. Still managed to pick up the ball as Rangitoto, he ārai, au, katsi ko tēnā, monster block there. Whamau Kohine and St. Margaret's. Number 3, that is Aroha Mai. That is Lucy Davis and Isla Cameron with an amazing block there. Great replay. Ara, we now have 3 hitters up front for St. Margaret's, and let's see what we can make do with them. But first, Rangitoto.
Outside to Ruby.
First touch is our setter, but still Julia Mitchell off the blockade. Ada Holmes.
This one has to be swung at from Ruby. It's still up. And that is what I like to see from a libero. Chasing down the line, getting some digs, just when some players might think a point is over. It's not. Look at that dig. From both sides. Now, there's Sienna Hickling-Crane looking to pop this one through.
Ka pai mia te pānga tuatahi, ka toro atu ki muri. Hārea wiki te tērā, te kaumawha. Delilah Brown hitting now from the middle. She can do it all at te whānau. She's an outside, an oppo, and now look at the replay. Just behind there, almost closing in on the block. Perfect timing on the hit. Mana inaine hei tono i te poro.
Nice pass from Rangitoto. Outside.
Pānga tuatahi nā Delilah. Mia, mai te ārai whakaora ana i a Rangitoto.
And that one just not wide enough for Campbell to find the tip, find the other side of the net.
Ka pai Miss Brown with the 2-point lead for her team.
Outside again.
Lovely dig, but doesn't go high enough. It's a lovely hustle, good hustle, sorry. Losing my vocab there.
Now let's go to the sub box, welcoming on Kira Webster for Ranhan Ruili. So far, so good. As soon as she substitutes herself on, has been very consistent for Rangitoto.
Came with the first touch. And in the middle there is Cameron. Off the block there, Delilah with the second touch.
2 going for it. Has that stayed in? We have an out call for those friends in whānau wondering about that call. If you zoom in a little bit, you'll see either side of the net a red and white stick antenna area, whatever you like to call it. The ball must be played within the 2 sticks either side of the net. Everything else is considered outside of those antennas.
Julia through the blocks, katou ki muri o te kōtira, mā rātou te piro te kaumawhitu. That is St. Margaret's for a nice hit, giving it now to Isla Cameron. Mana nei te tono nei. She can do a top spin, and she can do a float. And just like Miller's, they can be pretty solid. Let's see what she brings at this time.
Float serve.
Float serve.
Through the middle, and it is Gillies. Grace Gillies, this time opening up to the right-hand side of the court and finding the floor for Rangitoto. 17 all now. It is the crunch time of this set. And behind the baseline to serve for Rangitoto, it is Zaria Ruby.
Ka pai, Delilah, ki tēnei taha ina, cross-court in between 2 defenders. You would think you would have that entire space secured, but no, not for Lucy Aroha Mai, not for number 23. Number 22, Julia Mitchell. right in between the defenders there. E kimi ana, e rapu ana. Now to serve.
And that one's gone long for St. Margaret's College. So now, no one wanting to budge in this set. Now let's have a look at who will be behind the baseline. It is number 5, Natalie Campbell of Rangitoto, which means she has now got her opposite passer hitter up the front, Sienna Hickling-Crane.
Delilah with a lovely dive for the first touch. Ora tonu ana te pōro I te taha o Rangitoto mai te ārai. Ka tau atu kia Lucy, ki waho kia. Ki te neti, ka rekau he karanga I ngā kairiwhi, ka haere tonu. Ka tau ki waho. Again e te whānau, it's not over until it's over. Mā rātou ngā kairiwhi, ngā ture e whakai ana mo tēnei kemu. It is up to the refs how the game is played and exactly what calls is to be made, bars. But we continue forth. Now I believe St. Margaret's calling a bit of a timeout here.
And of course Rangitoto now with a 1-point lead. And while you're all on the live stream today, a huge thank you to Nat Eva, Bailey's Real Estate, Palmy Venues and Events, Caltex. We've also got Anchor alongside us this year, but of course the reason you're watching from the comfort of your own home, Whakaata Māori. Look at the crowd, whānau, packed out in this girls' final. It's the 4th set of the 2026 New Zealand Volleyball National Championships, and Rangitoto have 1 set to take with a 1-point lead. And again, it is Natalie Campbell to serve.
Ka pai ma Miss Brown tērā e whai, and off of the block it lands outside, giving it to Miller. Now 19-19 e te whānau. Going toe-to-toe this game on this set. On the other sets we had a bit of a lead from each side, just taking off at a certain point. But now e tai ana te kite te kauma iwa. Mia for the serve from St. Margaret's. Rere pai nei me te pāhi tuatahi keirunga.
Outside and a roll shot there, but read well from St. Margaret's.
Brown off the block, it's a solid hit with that impact sound.
Corns on 2. Something that has worked for her all game long. And now putting herself and her side into the 20s and welcoming on Renhan Ruili for Rangitoto. 2019, and Grace Gillies, number 14 for Rangitoto to serve.
Ka pai Brown te pōro tuatahi, opposite side. Julia finds the gap, but a beautiful dig.
It's alive.
Mawai Naine, Kim, hoki atu kia Julia.
Lee catching the hands there
Ora
on the
tonu
block.
ai te pōro.
Gillies to Corns, and what's the call? We've got a carry call maybe. It's out.
The call coming in just outside of the antenna there, it seems, giving the call to Rangitoto for the point. It was pretty rough for us to see up here as well. This angle from the commentary VIP booth is pretty harsh sometimes on angles. Engari, Rangitoto, ruapiro ki mua I tēnei wā.
Gillies.
Ko te karanga kua puta. Again, e te whānau, from my angle up here, it kind of seemed like it was in, but again, that's why we have our linesmen there. Marato, Te Rārangi e Manaki, they take care of the line calls. 1 point difference, Miller.
Float serve, that could knock someone, but that time, Rangitoto serve receivers swerving out of the way and letting that one go out. Now Rangitoto, number 7, will go behind the baseline, but it is stopped from head coach Sebastian Gonzalez. We might be heading down to find Toby to see what's happening down sideline. Toby, where are you?
I'm over here in the corner. Can you find me is the real question. It's like, where's Wally? I'm hiding, but I'm here with the boys over by the gazebo, just trying my best to fit in. To be honest, I think I stand out like a sore thumb. But I'm here with a couple of the boys. What are your thoughts on the game so far?
It's going good, eh? They probably play better than me, eh?
Oh, it's just
crazy how like back and forth the game is. You know, it's just we're interested to see these teams for the first time.
The real question of the day at Stefano, it's one that is very close to my heart. You go to a bakery, steak and cheese. Let's just go over this way. Walk and talk. Steak and cheese, mince and cheese, potato top. What kind of pie are you getting?
Oh, already know, mince and cheese.
Steak and cheese all day, bro.
I'm steak and cheese personally. That is way better. Thank you, bro. That's the answer I was looking for. Back to the commentary booth.
I agree. I couldn't agree more. Steak and cheese is superior at Stefano. I apologise to the fun at home. Volleyball is being played and we're talking about pies, but that's all good. We like to hear about our tamatane and our players. Our rangatahi, it is Miss Coco up to serve for St. Margaret's. 1 point behind. Let's full focus onto this game. It may be the last set for Rangitoto, or we may continue forward and forward.
And from Zaria Ruby. My gosh, did you see the reach over that block?
Ai, tōna roa hoki o tōna wingspan. Long wingspan there, getting over the block there. Nice and high angle, putting it deep into the St. Margaret's side.
Now we'll see. Hickling Crane to serve number 1 of Rangitoto.
Might have to bring the energy up just one more level, just because we got, what's it called, 4 touch off the block. This is it, whānau. This could be the end game for our Rangitoto. Will they take the crown home this year, Te whānau? 24 at match points. And who's up to serve, Aroha Mai?
It is Sienna Hickling Crane to serve for her side. But remember, anything can happen here. The gold medal may have Rangitoto's name engraved in after this point.
Mia with the first touch, it's clean, outside to Julia, tips it over.
Holmes to Corns, Corns out the back to Ruby.
Picks it up and it's still good and alive. Cameron gets the last touch over.
Holmes to Corns again, and that one's over.
Brown gets it through the block and nails it in. That's what I like to still follow, is that it's not over until it's over at Te whānau.
Tensions are definitely high.
Ai, tautoko i ngā kōrero, we're still at match point for Rangitoto, but it is Miss Brown to serve.
Holmes to Corns. Corns goes outside to Campbell.
Beautiful pick up there from Brown. Mia lands it in court, 1 point behind.
It is not over till it is over. 23-24.
Brown once again to serve. Timeout from the Rangitoto side, of course. The momentum has to be stopped in order for Rangitoto to win the game here. St. Margaret's ain't finished just yet. They want more.
My whānau. If you're on the edge of your seat like us, we're not even on a seat, we're standing up in the commentary box. The vibes are high. This is secondary schools finals volleyball. The atmosphere is electric, and it's all because of the 2 sides in front of us today. Let's welcome our athletes back on, still on match point for Rangitoto. They've had 2 match points so far, and now
Miss Brown
chance to seal the deal. Match point here for Rangitoto. Corns goes outside to Campbell, tipped early.
outside on the opposite is Julia, Rangitoto.
Corns outside to Campbell.
Picked up, or they go for the chase, it's still alive.
Now a chance for Rangitoto to side out and take this match. Where do they go? They go back to Ruby. And
down the line, Marato.
Rangitoto College e Te Whānau taking the title for the 2026 Volleyball New Zealand Championships. Look at the coaches hugging, Hannah Devonhill and head coach Adam Watson. Rangitoto doing the most in 4. Poirewa.
Ara te whānau e awhi, e harikua, e hikaka haere mo tēnei o ngā kēmu whakahira kei runga I te kōti nei. See all the whānau cheering for their girls there who have just earned themselves a gold medal for the first place in the secondary school national championships here in Te Poirewa. What a week it's been leading up to this moment for ngā kōhine e te whānau. of course, getting over to the other side. None of this handshaking business.
Yeah.
We go straight for the hug at Stefano. It's been an awesome time.
Even better, look at the boys lining up for their girls
Aye.
to congratulating
them.
So good to see the school support each other and be there for one another. Both sides into the 2026 Volleyball Championship Finals. Congratulations, Rangitoto College, and also the silver medalists. St. Margaret's College, obviously winning last year, so not the result they're wanting, but it's still the best flex to have a silver medal in the largest secondary schools competition. Let's look at the game that has been.
We have Rangitoto winning the first set, 25-15. Again, that big gap, and then St. Margaret's returns the favour. But then an Uno reverse once again, Rangitoto bringing back the last two sets, giving them the crown. But I would like to also acknowledge the girls from St. Margaret's. There are tears of joy still on that side. Just because they came second, it doesn't mean that they're down at the bottom. They're still up here at this level.
And look at that lovely shot of Friends and Whānau. Obviously, Rangitoto residing from the North Shore of Tāmaki Makaurau. So, Friends and Whānau coming down courtside to support their players. Love to see the aroha after the match. And also the smiles from players. All the tears. All those long weekends. Maybe 3 times a week trainings. All coming to something. And look at the signs. And
that's pretty cool. And then there's the hug to follow along with it. It looks like she just picked her up from the airport at Stefano. Oh, that's adorable. We'd love to see our whānau come together. That's what volleyball, that's what this whole event is all about, whānau. We have all these students, all these kai tākoro, all these kai āwhina, managers, coaches, everyone coming together just for this amazing sport and whānau. Kei konei tātou, I tēnei whare nui rawa atu, me mihi kātika kia rātou, ko tai mai ki tēnei o ngā kaupapa. Ka pai engari tēnei wā te whānau, ka waihoi ngā mahi ki reira, ka tātari mai mō ngā tamatāne te kēmu whainara, mō ngā tamatāne e whaia kenei, me mihi kātika kia koutou ngā kohine. Thank you for your amazing work you've displayed here on this court. But now we wait until the next game for the finals at te whānau. Ka re roa, mā te wā.